Good evening, everybody. Welcome to game number three of the divisional round of the World Baseball Association 2024 playoffs. Game three between Georgia and the Georgia Braves and the Pennsylvania Phillies. On hand today, Georgia will be sending the gambler Kenny Rogers onto the mound against Christy Mathewson. Kenny Rogers, who was 11 and 12 with a 4.94 ERA this year. Mathewson was 14 and 11 with a 3.89. The wind's blowing out the center at Citizens Bank Park. So if anybody grabs a hold of one and hits and lofts it in the air, there's a good chance that ball might disappear. But we'll see if Mathewson and Rogers can keep the ball down. Both teams have won games. Both teams have won in extra innings. The series is tied at 1, and both games have resulted in one-run differentials and quite a few hits. 31 hits in game one combined, both teams, and 22 in the second. Top of the order, we'll see Phillips, Robinson, Cobb, Alou, Thomas, and Gibson, Grissom, and J.D. Drew. The pitcher is Kenny Rogers, Honus Wagner, Tommy Herr, and actually no, Wagner, then Musial, then Griffey. Line driving a base hit for Georgia. Leadoff single there. So it's Wagner, Musial, Wilson, Griffey Jr., Bell, Jackson, Piazza, and Herr. Leadoff single there for Tony Phillips. The 1-0 to Jackie Robinson. It's a ground ball to second. I'll go to second for one on the first of a double play. Taylor made double play there. Good curveball right in the hands to tie up Robinson. A 3-1 to Cobb. And they walk him. Great candidate to steal here. Frank Thomas has really stepped it up with the bat. There's a pitch, swung on and miss, and down he goes. Despite the walk to Cobb, nothing doing. Wagner finally drove in his first run of the series, his last game. He's got to do a little bit more here, but he has been able to get on base, though. Kenny Rogers, ground ball to short. Nice play by Drew, throws it first. They're very important out to get Wagner off the base paths. Stan Musial, 6 of 26, has been very quiet in the playoffs. Had that one game where he had 4 hits. That's about it. There's a drive to right field under it is Jackson. Actually, Lou. There's that number 2. Hack Wilson, 5-27. He's also been fairly quiet. Swung on and missed, and down he goes. Couple of strikeouts for Kenny Rogers. That'll end the inning. Alou, Gibson, and Grissom. 3-2 to Alou. Line driving a base hit for Alou. He's on with a single. 355, 3 run, 6 RBS for Josh Gibson. Drives it to center. Caught by Griffey. Grissom. Ground ball to short. No, he bobbles it. And Wagner boots the ball for an error. Prolongs the inning here. Stephen Drew, the 0-1. Ground ball to first. Musial will throw it to the pitcher. That'll end the inning. So despite the error, no damage done. Bottom of the second. Rogers, Phillips, and Robinson. Oh, it was a weak ground ball. Not in time. They score a run. But there were 2 outs. I guess not. So Rogers with an RBI single to help his own cause. For the 1-0 lead. First and third, the runs unearned. on Mathewson. Here's Phillips. Single his last time up. There's a ground ball to second. Throw to first ends the inning, but a run that probably should not have gone in does, and it's a 1-0 for Georgia. Griffey, Bell, and Jackson. Griffey Jr. with 2 homers, 4 RBIs. The 0-2. Weak pop up at third, and Phillips is under to make the play. Buddy Bell, 3 of 17 with a home run, 2 RBIs. Weak pop up to Musial, and to Thomas. There's a second out. Jackson, the 3-2, drives it to left, playable for Copp to an inning. Georgia up 1-0 through 3. Here's Robinson, drives it right at Jackson for the out. Cobb walked, was left stranded. Here's the 0-2. Weak pop-up by Wagner for the second out. A 2-2 to Thomas. Ground ball to short, hard hit there, and an error thrown away. And Thomas will wind up at second, courtesy of Wagner's second error of the ball game. A 1-0 to Alou. Drives it to left, but not deep. And Wilson's under it to make the catch that'll end the inning. 2 errors by Wagner in this game. Piazza, Herr, and then the pitcher Mathewson. We pop up here to short to Stephen Drew. That's first out. 0-1 to Drew, to Herr, excuse me. Drives it to center, playable for Grissom. There's a second out. The 1-2 to Mathewson. Ground ball. Got him. Top of the fourth here. Gibson, Grissom, and Drew. Weak pop-up. That'll be for Wagner. There's the first out. Grissom for 1-1. Drives it to right. It's gone. A solo home run for Marquise Grissom. His first postseason home run, and he has given Georgia a 2-0 lead. That ball was lofted high. It was a high pitch. He just hit it up in the air, and it just carried it out of the park. Here's Drew. Ground ball to second. Oh, and he boots it. Another error here by the Pennsylvania infield. A bunt here for Rogers. Another bunt foul. 0-2. Foul, strike 3. 3-1. And a walk. The 0-2. Line drive, base hit up the middle. And a run will score as Jackie Robinson comes through at an RBI single. 3-0. Here comes Cobb, first and second now. 1-2. Ground ball is short. Wagner will throw to second. Another 2 runs here come in to score. And Pennsylvania a little bit stunned here. Sloppy play on the field. And Rogers is pitching well here. Ground ball to first. Thomas will step on the bag unassisted for out number 1. Musial, the 2-0. Ground ball to second. Robinson will fire to first for the second out. Hack Wilson, the 2-0. Drives to the left. It is high. It is deep, but not deep enough. And a 1-2-3 inning for Pennsylvania as Georgia in command with a 3-0 lead to the top of the 5th. Thomas, Alou, and Gibson. Drives it the other way, but caught by Jackson. For the first out, here comes Moise Alou. Lines it as a base hit. And he bobbles a ball. Another error. Jackson with a sloppy play. 4 errors in the ball game. Hit and an error. Drives it. There's a base hit for Gibson. First and third, 1 out. Here comes Grissom, who homered. Drives it to center. And it's going to be caught. The throw to the plate will not be in time. And Marquise Grissom with a sacrifice fly to score Moise Alou and a 4-0 lead. And they're really handing it to Pennsylvania here. Steven Drew drives a base hit. Runner goes to third on the hit. Here's Rogers, a 1-2. Got him. Struck him out to anybody. Score another run. And Georgia well, they're going to have to really shake things up a bit here. A 1-0 to Rogers. Weak pop up in the left field. And Cobb's under for the out. Buddy Bello for 1. Here's a 3-2. Drives it to center, playable for Grissom. There's a second out. Reggie Jackson for 1. Here's a 1-2. Ground ball to second. Robinson to collect and fire to first in a 4-0 lead through 5 innings. They go to 6th. Phillips 1 for 2 at a walk. Base hit up the middle for Phillips. Here comes Robinson, the 1-0. Line drive base hit. Now Robinson's on board. Boy, and Mathewson really struggling here. Might be a good opportunity to take him out. There's Cobb. Ground ball to second. Throws it for 1 on a first double play. Big double play there. And Mathewson needed that, but he's not out of the woods with Frank Thomas coming up to hit. The pitch and a drive and a base hit. That's going to be for extra bases. And Frank Thomas rips an RBI double to make it 5-0. And that'll be it for Mathewson. In comes Steve Fry, who makes his first appearance in this series. 5 2/3 innings for Mathewson. 3-1 from Fry here. Walks him. The pitch in the dirt. Gibson, a 2-0. Drives it to center. This will be playable for Griffey. That'll end the inning. But once again, they score another run. Oh. Piazza, Her, and Ferrillo. So Carl Ferrillo coming into the game as a defensive replacement. Not only that, he's going to get a chance to get in at bat. Rogers. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball to second. Robinson on a first. There's the first out. Tommy Herr, 0 for 1 today. Here's the 2-0. Drives in as the first hit of the ball game. Here's Ferrillo. Ground ball to Stein. Oh, what a beautiful play by Thomas for the second out. A pitch to Wagner, the 3-2. Ground ball, and that's going to be an infield hit. No way he's going to get that. Ball just went right by the pitcher. The 1-2 to Musial struck him out. Ends the inning. 6 innings. No runs given up by Rogers so far as we go to the top of the 7th. Grissom, Drew, and Rogers. Ground ball here by Grissom. There's the first out. Stephen Drew, 1 for 3 today. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Drives it to center, another base hit. Stephen Drew continues to hit the ball well with authority. Rogers in the ball game, a chance to bunt a runner over, and he pops it up here, and there's a second out. 2 for 3 with a walk for Phillips today. Lines it right to second. That'll end the inning. And we move on to the bottom of the 7th. Wilson, Griffey, and Bell. The 0-2. Ground ball to short. Drew fires to first. Splendid defense by Georgia, which is something Pennsylvania cannot say at all. The 1-1 to Griffey. Ground ball to second. Robinson to first. There's the second out. The 2-1 to Bell. Ground ball to second. Robinson to Thomas. Ends the inning. Pennsylvania's offense just completely baffled by Kenny Rogers' pitching, who's really moving his pitches around very good. 2 for 4 with an RBI for Robinson today. Drive to left, it'll be caught by Hack Wilson. Ty Cobb 0 for 3. There's the 1-2. Struck him out. Steve Fry with a good pitch. Pitch to Thomas. There's the 3-2. Drives it right at Wilson to end the inning. And Steve Fry, there's Dick Allen to come here for a pinch hit to replace Steve Fry. The 2-2. Drives it to center. Caught by Grissom for the out. Piazza's 0 for 2 today. Drive to center, another play. Tommy Herr. Weak pop up to Thomas. And another 1-2-3 for Kenny Rogers. He has been brilliant today. without a shadow of a doubt. David Bednar, 2 others for Fry without giving up any runs. David Bednar, come on in. 3 nights ago, pitched 3 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and picked up the winner in relief. Alou, Gibson, and Grissom. Drives it to right, for Rio under it, and he's got it. Josh Gibson drives it on another base hit. Here comes Grissom, 1 for 3 with a home run, 2 RBIs today. Swung on and missed. Nice curveball. There's Stephen Drew, the 2-2. Struck him out to end the inning. Nothing across here for Georgia. Top of the ninth here, and here comes Pennsylvania. Rogers, 8 innings, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. Facing Ferrillo, Wagner, and Musial. A 3-1 to Ferrillo. Walks him. A 1-2 to Wagner. Drives it the other way, and there's a base hit. First and second. A 2-2 to Musial. Ground ball to second. He'll throw to first to pick up the out. Second and third now for Rogers. Pitch to Hackles and was 0 for 3. There's the 1-2. Drives it high. It is deep. No doubt about it. It is gone. A 3-run homer for Hack Wilson. He rips his first home run of the postseason. A 3-run job here. To make it 5-3. Campanella coming and pinch hit. Here's the 1-2. Will Smith to come in as a closer now. Struck him out. Beautiful pitch. Buddy Bell, the 1-0. Drives it to center. Gressom's under it. They get it. This will end the ball game, and Georgia prevails. What a brilliant pitching performance by Kenny Rogers, let alone the fact that he gave up that 3-run homer to make the game much more close than it should have been. A 5-3 win as Pennsylvania marred their performance with 4 errors. Take a look at the game performances here. 5 runs, 13 hits, no errors for Georgia. 3 runs, just 4 hits, and 4 errors by Pennsylvania. Christy Mathewson picks up a loss. He now winds up going 0-2 this postseason. Kenny Rogers now 1-1 to the victory, and Will Smith with to save his second. Home runs by Grissom and Wilson. Time of the game, 3 hours and 17 minutes. As Georgia takes a firm hold of the series now. And now take a 2-1 lead. Not as many hits as the other game, but Georgia comes up on top here. And they win it with a fair bit of ease. And maybe that 3-run home by Wilson put a scare in them. But this game ends in Georgia's favor. And another game completed. I'd like everybody to thank you for watching and listening to this broadcast of this game. Hope you enjoyed it. Please follow us on YouTube on the World Baseball Association channel, and please subscribe if you enjoy the content as we lead towards the WBA finals. We'll find out who's going to be either the defending champion or a new one. Well, on behalf of yours truly, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Take care. See you next time. And as always, keep smiling. Bye, everybody.